super outfit.
Thank you.
But I'm forever telling Prue she should make a bit of an effort and it'll take years off you. But let me get you a drink. Annette, gin and bitter lemon?
So what are you going to do with yourself now that you're back from Harvard?
He's going to work at the supermarket for his old man, aren't you? Learn the ropes.
Just for the summer.
Come to Richardson's Supermarket for our own HR margarine. Nothing from Richardson's Company.
Who's had the Savoy truffle?
Available across the Midlands at all branches of Richardson's Supermarkets.
Is there anything in it?
Who knows?
Deal with it, Ivor. Christ, what do I pay you for? Remind me. You're a manager, aren't you? Manage.
Will this take much longer? It's ridiculous. I felt ill and my husband agreed to run me home.
Well, perhaps if you didn't drink so much, you wouldn't feel quite so ill.
You're very rude.
No, Mrs. Richardson, I'm very busy.
Are you going to charge them?
Apparently not. Well, you might want to remind your father when he's sobered up that another month and the new Road Safety Act comes into law. It won't matter who he plays golf with then.
I'm sorry if you were put to any trouble.
Well, it's not your fault.
Will be.
You took your time.
I was out.
Who were we saving this evening? Little yellow ones or little brown ones?
Little red ones, actually.
All right, not tonight, for Christ's sake. Come on.
Constable Nixon will see you out.
Brigade had to axe their way through. Morning, matey.
Who's the,
Simon Holwood, early 20s.
What is he, some sort of artist or something?
According to Mrs. Cravat, his landlady. Lived here about 18 months. It's Terps.
Next of kin?
I've got Shirley talking to the neighbours. Woman Police Constable Truelove. She's new.
Overcome by smoke, most likely. Fire's done the rest.
Any idea as to cause?
A cigarette left burning. Room full of solvents. Runners and riders, once I've completed the post-mortem.
Sheer hooliganism. Throwing members of the public off the towpath.
Boys' colleges have been spoken to. They'll be gated for the rest of the term. But the victim didn't want to press charges.
Well, they bought him off, I suppose.
Offered to pay for his dry cleaning.
Anything else?
Morse is looking into a fatal fire in Jericho. Oh, and DC Parish rang in sick this morning. Tummy bug.
How many does that make?
3, sir, in CID.
And 5 on B relief. Much more of it we'll have to bust in reserves. You're all right, are you?
That's 9pence, sir. Touch wood.
True love. I'm Detective Morse. Anything germane?
Not much. The deceased moved in a year ago last February. Nobody saw much of him. Out at his studio in the day in the turf most nights.
Friends? Girlfriend?
1 or 2 models, but no names, I'm afraid. Last person to see him from here was a Miss Treadwell. Ground floor flat. She saw him heading out about 7 last night. There's some talk that he may have been at Beaufort, and he was behind with the rent. What?
Your idea of not much?
Have I missed something?
No, it's commendably thorough. I don't suppose anyone mentioned whether he was a night owl or an early riser.
I can ask. Why, is it important?
I don't know what he had to get up for so early. The clock was stopped dead on 5. Not a few minutes to, nor a few minutes past, but bang on the hour.
Too neat, you mean?
What's this?
Morse has some reservations about this death by fire.
What's new? Now, go on. Who was he? Simon Hallward. Read philosophy at Beaufort, only dropped out last summer. Joined a commune out by Boars Hill, run by a man called Gideon Finn. Calls himself Brother Gideon.
Morse. Sergeant Strange said I might find you here.
True love. This is Detective Inspector Thursday and DS Jakes.
Constable?
Whatcha?
I went by the turf to ask after your man Hallward. He was in there last night shortly after 7 on his usual Radfords, when he added a gin and bitter lemon to his order.
So he had a woman with
Well,
him?
that was my thought. No description, though. He was sat around the corner from the bar. I just thought you'd want to know.
Excellent use of initiative, Constable.
Thank you, sir. Morse, Sergeant.
You're sickening for something. New WPC and no off-colour remarks. We'll be sending over iron tablets.
I've been through his post. It's odd. A man dies, but the business of his life goes on. Letter from his parents. Notice of an AGM for the Oxford Trogs, whatever that might be. Bills, mainly. Art supplier, wine merchant. Final demand on both.
The door was locked, then?
Yes, according to Strange. Brigade had to chop their way in.
So where's the key? This Finn character, where'd you say he was?
Oh, good afternoon.
Come in peace and friendship. Enter freely with a loving heart. And leave behind some of the happiness you bring.
No, you're all right, miss, thank you. DI Thursday, DC Morse, City Police. Miss...
Aisha.
We're looking for Gideon Finn.
I'm Gideon. Welcome to House Beautiful.
That's awful. Poor Simon.
When did you last see him?
It must be 6 months. He left us last autumn, after the harvest.
How was it you knew him?
We met in life drawing class. That was his thing, really. Art, painting. That's Simon. Oxford was his parents' idea, but we stayed in touch. After he threw in his degree, he came out here.
Why did he leave? A falling out?
Nothing like that. He just, moved on. I don't think he got what we're about.
What are you about?
A simpler way. We have questions about ourselves and the world, what we're here for, what it means.
And you're the leader of this, whatever you want to call it.
It's a commune. We have no leaders, but I found the place, started the work.
Do you want one?
Oh, no thanks.
Big place. Who owns it?
Nobody?
It must belong to someone.
All property is theft.
Is that right, miss?
We're not harming anyone. We eat what we grow, we drink what we draw from the well.
Sounds like hard work.
It is. but at least we're not harming each other.
Simon Hallwood wasn't happy with that.
He wasn't ready.
For what?
To let go. To trust. He was still too attached to the world. You see them, crowded onto trains, hurtling through life, just another rat in the race. And for what? First to the grave. That's not what we're about. Consider the lilies of the field.
Consider the lilies of the field. Come that old madam with me, and he'll be considering my boot up his arse.
You won't be signing up then?
There's nothing wrong with that one that 2 weeks in the glass house and a good scrub down with carbolic wouldn't put right. You see the way the girl flinched when he put his hands on her?
Yes, I saw.
Pot and free love, I suppose. Free love. In my experience, that's the most expensive kind there is.
Simon Hallwood. Asphyxia. He drank quite heavily, which is probably why he didn't wake when the fire broke out.
He was in the pub most nights, according to the neighbours.
The last of the red-hot livers. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've a little mystery of my own to solve. Miss Lorraine Figgis, fit young woman, just collapsed in the street on the way back from the shops. Upstairs are at a loss. They thought it might have been this stomach bug, but if it was, it would be the first fatality. So...
It's hers or yours?
Oh, hers. Came into hospital with her. Though what they expect me to do with them...
How old is she?
14 months.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Come on, you. Let's get you home.
All right.
The train into the tunnel.
Glass in baby food.
Stewed apples, to be precise. It's a miracle the child wasn't badly injured.
Or worse.
Where's the mother come by it?
Richardson's, sir, in the centre. Mrs. Thursday swears by him for value. It's one of about 24 stores, here and in the Midlands.
Have they been spoken to?
Morse is just on his way over there now, sir, to talk to the manager and Mr. Maddox, see what's what.
We had Mr. Richardson, the owner, in the station the other night. He'd been drinking quite heavily. But there's something else, however. A young woman collapsed and died in the street after shopping at Richardson's on Saturday. Now, the hospital had this down as some kind of tummy bug at first.
Coincidence, surely.
Oh, possibly. But 2 incidents where both of the customers have come to harm. It could be something more.
We're taking the baby food off the shelves in case there's glass in any of the others. But she's sure she got it from here, is she? I mean, much as I like to flatter myself, customers do shop elsewhere.
It was Richardson's own brand. I can show you the receipt if you'd like to see it. Luckily, the little girl was off her food. Mother thought she might try some if she saw her eat first.
Well, it must be some sort of malfunction at the bottling plant. Well, I'll talk to our suppliers.
I'll talk to your suppliers if you'll give me their number.
Of course. Unless there was anything else.
Oh, actually, there is another matter. One of your customers collapsed on the street yesterday afternoon, possibly the stomach bug. Sadly, she died in the night.
You're not looking to lay that at our door, I hope?
No, of course not. But when going through her effects, she seemed to have quite a substantial amount of Green Shield stamps in her bag.
They're proving very popular.
Well, I'm no expert, but she seemed to have many more stamps than her purchases seem to warrant.
All done, Dad. Where do you want them?
Out back, please. Oh, it's Mr. Maddox at work. I told you.
What's this?
Rhodesia. The boycott. They've got it into their heads that we're selling embargoed sugar.
Are you?
But the law's very clear. We would not, and as far as we're aware, have not bought Rhodesian sugar.
Which isn't to say such goods couldn't be bought via indirect means.
This company was founded on good Christian principles.
Quakers, weren't they? The Richardsons.
Good heavens, what's this?
I believe it's called a sit-in.
I'm suspected of what? We were exercising our lawful right to peaceful protest.
This morning, a young mother bought a jar of baby food from Richardson's. It was laced with broken glass. She came this close to feeding it to her child.
That is barbaric. But you cannot imagine it was anything to do with us.
People have done far worse in the name of one thing or another.
It was a non-violent demonstration.
Actually, it was trespass. If you're convicted, you could have your visa revoked. Can't see how that would help your cause.
If I'm sent back to my country, I will most likely be killed.
Boss, a word.
Good news, Mr. Macomber. Richardsons don't want to take the matter any further this time. What swung it? The sea view? I got most of it in the other day. Thanks for the help. You fancy a drink? Can't tonight. Next time, though.
He's quite nice looking.
Shy though. A quiet type. A bit like George Harrison.
It's the quiet ones you got to watch. My old boss was like that. Wouldn't say boo. But get him in the stock room and he was all hands. 7 and 9, please.
Miss Thursday.
Running late. I've left the door.
Do you need a lift?
No, you're all right. Dad says you've moved.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Oh, you know, 4 walls.
Sorry, I can't stop.
Another time.
Morning, by the way.
Morning.
You lost something?
Thunderbird too.
Bit of a squeeze, I'd have thought.
Hello, Moss.
Mrs. Thursday. Hi, Moss. Hello, Sam.
Much on?
Oh, I called Hallwood's art supplier last night. Turns out he has a place at Osney. Thought I'd take a look once I've dropped you at the station.
Hey! Richardson's are out of usual, so it'll have to be bloater paste.
Oh, right. Nice change.
Come home safe.
Right now.
This is you handling it, is it?
I thought I had handled it.
Don't say. Bloaters off. Flypaper.
Infused with arsenic. Illegal these days. Must be antique stock he's got hold of somewhere. Soaking the strips in water for a few hours will extract most of the soluble arsenites.
So that's what he used to doctor the bloater paste.
Certainly looks that way. He was nothing if not methodical. Ah, it says here. Last entry Friday week. Following disappointing preliminary results, tripled the dose. Findings to follow.
So what was he about? Mass murder? Some sort of grudge? What about the woman who died of the Tommy bug? She shopped at Richardson's, didn't she?
So you think Richardson's is the target?
Probably. But if Hallwood was the poisoner, then who killed Hallwood?
City police first.
Do the honours. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Detective Constable Morse, City Police. Can I ask you to stop what you're doing and leave your shopping? If you've paid for your goods, please leave them where they are and obtain a refund. This store is now closed. Oh, here, let me.
I can manage.
Is everything all right? What's going on?
I'm sure your parents will explain.
This is a joke. Taken together with glass being found in a jar of baby food yesterday, it would suggest that someone's got it in for your business. Typically in these cases, the motive is extortion, pay so much, or we'll ruin your business and your reputation. Have you received any threats like that? When did this start?
About a month ago. Always at the same branch. Always left on the shelves addressed to the manager. That was the first one.
Certain of your food products have been contaminated with a purgative injurious to your customers. Symptoms include vomiting and upset stomach. Purgative? Indicate you are prepared to pay £50,000 by putting a sign in the window offering Richardson's biscuits at half price, and further instructions will be delivered.
What did you do?
Nothing.
We didn't do nothing either. We did something. We ignored it.
You should have come to us at once.
I've seen our share price drop through the floor. Thank you very much. Every business gets letters like these, monthly, if not weekly, mostly written in crayon. They're by crackpots or idiots trying it on. We took every one of them seriously.
So you put profit before your customers' lives. You played Russian roulette, and now at least one of them is dead.
Tell ya, won't miss shifts like this.
How's that?
I've been meaning to say, I've put my papers in.
You resigned?
Yeah?
Well, you kept that quiet.
This girl I've been seeing is, well, pregnant.
I see.
It's the right thing. Not in that way. Funny, crosses your mind, doesn't it, something like that? I always thought it would be the worst thing that could happen to a bloke, but now it's here. It's about one of the best. She's a great girl.
I'm sure she is. Congratulations.
June bride, but not here. America. She's been doing a doctorate, is it, at Lady Matilda's. All her family's out there. Wyoming. Old man's in the cattle business. He's going to take me on.
Right.
Outdoor work. Clean air. Leave all this behind. A new start.
When do you...
End of the week.
That soon? When your number's up. We're having a few drinks at the Flag. Just mates.
Gideon? Gid? Gideon?
What are you going to do?
Why does everyone ask that?
They don't ask me.
Like I know. Did they know?
They had a war.
We've got a war. Haven't we? It's like I can see their lips moving, but I don't speak the language. I don't understand what they want.
It's the same full-page ad in all the nationals. A problem with the manufacturing process. Been after Leo Richardson all afternoon, but he's keeping rather tight-lipped.
Is he?
What's the real story? Been looking into the company. It was founded in 1843. They even had a refreshment stand at the Great Exhibition.
Maddox and Richardson?
That's right, why?
Oh, nothing. Only the manager of the Cowley branch is called Maddox.
Any relation?
I don't know. I mean, I knew it was founded by Quakers, but beyond that...
Well, that was a problem. Looking back through the archives, the schism seems to have been brought about by the Great War. Mr. Maddox found out that his partner had been provisioning the army through a holding company, which was somewhat at odds with his pacifist credo. Maddox had a son, a stretcher-bearer, killed at Mons. That seems to have put the tin hat on it. Literally, by all accounts, the two men never spoke to each other again. And there, I must leave you. My dinner companion.
A date, Miss Frazel?
Well, I like to keep my hand in. You should try it sometime. Seriously. You're looking uncared for.
Morse?
Thank God. Thank God.
What? What is it? The station said you asked for me.
Well, when I came home, the lights were on, but I turned them off before I went out.
When was this?
About half an hour ago. I think there might be someone upstairs.
Well, you should have called for a patrol. They'd have been much sooner. Wait here. The house is secure. There's no one here.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, Verity must have come home and then gone out again.
Right. Well, there we are. Mystery solved. Good night, Mrs. Richardson.
Would you wait until my husband gets home?
When will that be?
Not long. Please, I just don't really want to be alone, not with everything that's happened. You can understand that, can't you? Any news?
No, not yet.
What'll you drink, whiskey?
Oh, nothing for me, thank you.
Don't be silly, straight on the rocks.
Waiting with you is one thing, a drink is something else.
Is it?
Isn't it?
gallant.
So I've been told.
Making a woman drink alone.
I expect you can manage.
Oh, that was low.
I'm not a fool, Mrs. Richardson.
Well, you're certainly acting like one. Would you come upstairs, please?
Why?
Because I want to change my dress.
You're big enough to do that by yourself.
But the zip sticks.
I'm sure Mr. Richardson will be able to assist you when he arrives.
You're not going to help me, are you? You really are a heel.
What is it?
There was someone there.
Where?
Outside by the pool. No, don't. Whoever it is will be gone by now. And as you're here, this zip really is a devil. I'm sure I'm not the first woman you've seen in her underclothes. Thank you.
I'll be downstairs.
Do you not like women? Is that it? I'm not asking you to run away with me to the Casbah. Just... what would be the harm?
I'm afraid it's a little too sophisticated for me.
Well, when you change your mind, you have my number.
Hello again. Your mother thought that there was an intruder. It was a false alarm.
Dad told me what's going on. Who'd want to do this? My parents... they're not bad people.
Well, they're successful, rich, which makes them a target for some very bad people indeed. Try not to worry. Good night.
Good night. An intruder.
I thought so.
Where's Daddy?
Out. I don't know. How was your date?
It wasn't a date.
No, of course not. You wouldn't let a boy touch you where he shouldn't, would you?
What do you want?
A drink. Verity. 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 Leo! Leo!
Let's spread out. Dixon, you come with me.
Sergeant?
Blood?
Oh, yes. Same on the bed. And the stairs. There's not much more, I can tell you.
What about these?
Librium tranquilizers. Usually prescribed for anxiety. Dr. Amthor. Doesn't ring a bell, I'm afraid. You know where I am if you need me.
Doctor. Who saw her last?
Her mother, about 10:30.
Nobody heard anything?
No. I saw Mrs. Richardson here last night. She'd been drinking quite heavily.
What were you doing here?
She called the station. She thought there'd been an intruder, but there wasn't. Then later she claimed to have seen someone in the garden.
Claimed?
Well, there was no one there, so far as I could see.
Where was the father?
Out. He says he got in about 1. Fell asleep on the sofa downstairs.
I found this caught on a branch in the garden. Now, there's a dentist surgery in Summertown turned over yesterday. WPC Truelove says there was a bottle of chloroform with the takings.
When the call comes, and it will, it's very important you stay calm. Keep him talking for as long as you can. The longer you can keep him talking, the better chance we've got of tracing the call. All right?
It's the supermarket Richardson's.
Yes, sir.
Kidnap, presumably.
That's what we're assuming. No ransom demand as yet. Point of entry seems to have been the back door. Whoever took her knew exactly where to find her.
What do we know about the girl?
Not a great deal. Attended Blythe Mount, finishing school on the continent. Involved with Amnox.
The civil rights people.
That's them, sir. Howard Lee, good causes in general.
Verity had been prescribed tranquilizers, Mrs. Richardson.
Yes, she suffers with her nerves.
Well, it seems whoever took her knew exactly which room we should taught us. We'll need a list of all of her friends and of yours.
But this is whoever is threatening the business.
Mr. and Mrs. Richardson, Chief Superintendent Reginald Bright, City Police. I'm here at the express wish of the Chief Constable to assure you we will do everything possible to see your daughter home again safe and sound.
Leo? Annette? What's going on?
It's Verity. Someone's taken her in the night.
What? Oh, my God.
What are you doing here?
I just went into the store to see if there was anything I could do, and well, I found this in the bread aisle. I don't know how long it's been there. I thought it might have something to do with the other business.
Stay by your phone, wait for instruction. One chance. No police, no press.
Keep running.
Mr. Richardson?
Hello.
Don't speak, just listen. If you want to see your daughter alive again, you'll put £100,000 in used unmarked notes of small denomination into a dark holdall. Come to the phone box on Merton Street at 4 a.m. Come alone and on foot. If I see the police, the deal's off. The girl's dead.
How do I know you'll do as you say? How do I know she's even alive?
Give it to me. Don't hurt her. Please don't hurt her.
You're a businessman? Think that this is a business transaction. If you follow my instructions, you'll see her again. If you don't, she dies. Talk to the police. She dies. Talk to the press. She dies.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Sir? This ransom drop, I'd like to volunteer.
It was Jake's I had in mind.
There's no saying how it might go.
Dangerous, you mean?
Potentially. Job for a single man, I'd have thought. One with no Dependents, at least. He told me his news. You knew then?
He mentioned something.
You didn't say.
For him to tell you.
Sudden.
Why it goes sometimes.
Couldn't have had you for a sweet tooth. What is it? Calm the nerves?
Something like that.
Just follow whatever instructions he gives you. All right? Don't try anything clever. This girl's life we're talking about.
I know.
All right.
Should have been me. I'm her father. I should have been the one to go.
You think that's going to help her?
Christ, you can talk.
My men are doing all that can be done. Try to take what comfort you can from that. Believe me, I do apprehend something of your anxiety.
Apprehend? My God, how can you?
Yes?
Phone box. New College Lane, 4 minutes.
Thursday, go ahead, over.
Message from Constable Truelove. Second rendezvous for TS Force in the phone box on New College Lane.
Understood. Out. Phone box on New College Lane. Which phone box? There's two.
Telephone directory. S to Z.
Nothing.
Must be the other box.
He could be anywhere, sir. Clean away with the money and us none the wiser as to the girl.
It was a good plan.
Nothing's foolproof.
He's got us beat.
So far.
How's the head?
Oh, nothing broken, thank you.
Well, he's got what he wanted. Let's see if he keeps up his side of the bargain.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
We need a dog team. I know you said not to try anything, but bow sweets, aniseed balls. I put one in each corner of the hold all. Thought it might give us a fighting chance.
Jakes?
He's transferred the money.
Well, the dogs are no use now.
So, which way?
We'll go this way.
Down there.
Lads, up there.
Yes, sir. You think we'll find her?
We'll find her.
Alive? Be nice to go out on a win.
This time next month you'll be riding the range or whatever it is you do with beeves.
Yeah. Second thoughts? Maybe. But no regrets. Life's too short.
Right, there's something just up here.
How's this?
There's chalk works, flint works too. Used when the Botley Road was relaid before the war. Simon Hallwood is a member of the Oxford Trogs. Spelunkers, cavers, there was some kit at his lockup.
But Hallwood's dead.
Yeah, but what if he's not? What if he started the fire and it was someone else's body that we found at his flat? Dental records.
You what?
That's the only way that we can identify him. What are the odds it's not just chloroform that's been taken from that dentist's surgery?
Look at the place. Nobody's been near nor by here since God knows when.
It's a new padlock.
Watch out.
Mind how you go.
Verity!
Shh, bring the roof down.
Verity! Watch yourself. Verity! 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 It's all right. It's the police. Stay calm. We're going to get you out.
Look.
Won't be long now, Verity. Nothing to be afraid of.
Look.
Oh, Christ. Gotta get that bar we used on the way in. We're gonna need something for leverage. I'll do what I can in the meantime with elbow grease.
When will you go? I'll stay.
It's not a debate. That thing goes off, it could bring the whole bloody place down.
Peter, you've got something to lose.
And till the end of the week, I'm still your senior. So get. Go on. Won't be long now, Verity. Nothing to be afraid of. Let's get her out of here. Get her out. Get her out, get her out, get her out.
Careful, careful.
Go on, get her out. I'm right behind you.
What was that about? Second thoughts?
How is she, nurse?
As well as can be expected. Tired. She'd had nothing to eat or drink since she was taken, but she's otherwise unharmed.
I suppose we should be grateful it was nothing more. There was nothing more?
She says not.
Does she remember anything?
The last thing I remember is going to bed. I think I maybe half woke up, but only for a second. I had the briefest sensation of something over my nose and mouth. It smelled like... I had a tooth out when I was about 14. It was the same smell. Next thing I woke up, I thought for a moment I'd gone blind. Then I realised I had some sort of blindfold on.
And you never saw his face at any time, never heard his voice?
No. I thought I was going to die.
All right, miss. We'll let you get some rest.
Thank you.
Prue, dear, that was Leo. They found her.
Thank God. And the kidnapper?
No, no word. I don't suppose Leo's worried about the money. The main thing is they got her back.
Yes, that's the main thing.
Well, I've got to go in. The restock's almost done and Leo wants to open up.
Business as usual. How can you stand it?
Well, someone has to. Is there any news? It's just... we're very fond of her.
Yes.
Miss Flett?
You bastard! Arrest him! I've just heard! He knew there was something in the food and he kept quiet about it!
All right. You're going to have to hold the fort on the kidnap. I'm going back to the station to brief Mr. Bright before he reports to division and talk to Susie Flett, one of the women on the tills. Turns out Miss Figgis, the poisoning victim, was her cousin, right?
So tell me about these Green Shield stamps. You were giving Miss Figgis far more than she was entitled to, isn't that correct? What was that? Weekly?
It was just a bit of pen money. We'd just redeem them to get the odd gift from the shop.
What would you do with the gifts? Sell them on?
No one's ever going to get rich on the wages they pay here. And compared to what they've been doing, letting people get poisoned...
Let us worry about that. I'd keep Miss Flett away from the tills if I were you.
Yes. Well, don't want her upsetting the customers.
I think that's the least of your problems. It must be hard, seeing the company name dragged through the dirt. Maddox and Richardson.
Bit before my time, of course.
Nonetheless, dissolving any partnership is difficult, especially when one seems to have involved such acrimony. Are you sure there's no residual ill feeling between you and Leo Richardson?
I wouldn't be working for him if there were. Look, I've seen what resentment can do, Constable. First hand. My father, my grandfather, both. Bitterness, regret. It ate them from the inside out. Both dead by 40. No. Middle management. Middle of the batting order. Middle of the road. There's a lot to be said for it.
It's your fault.
My fault? How exactly is it my fault?
business. Someone you've done down or... She could have died.
Christ, do you think I don't know that? Which is the one good thing we ever did.
It's a judgment, Leo. God sees all.
It's a bit late to start bringing him into it.
You think this is how whoever it is did for Hallward?
If it was Hallward's body at all.
Yes, what is this new theory of yours, Morse? Hallward's alive?
Well, Hallward seemed to have had a hand in all of it so far, sir. The poisoning, the broken glass, and Verity Richardson's kidnap. The kidnapper had a Norfolk accent, and Hallward's family were from Norfolk.
Rather elaborate.
Not if we were meant to take it at face value, sir. Ingenious, really. Sort of homemade time bomb. With the door locked, Hallward didn't stand a cat in hell's chance.
If it worked.
It'll work. Any second now.
Is that it?
A watched pot.
Bad luck.
Sorry, sir. Message from Dr. De Bruyne. Hallward's dental records have been located and match those of the cadaver recovered from the fire.
If it wasn't Hallward, who was it on the phone?
And whom do we have here?
WPC 734 True Love, sir.
One of the replacement intakes, sir. Started last week.
Your first posting, is it?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Well, we run a taut ship here at Cowley, though I like to think a happy one also. All work and... Wouldn't you say so, Thursday?
Sir?
The ship. A happy one.
Always. The day is long, sir.
My door is always... Well, if not actually open, then not infrequently ajar.
Thank you, sir.
Well, carry on.
It was a nice idea.
Well, Hallward was behind the poisoning. The evidence in his studio puts it beyond any doubt.
He can't kidnap Verity Richardson if he's dead.
He can't, no. But what if he had confided in someone? Or had a partner, maybe?
And they thought that all the ransom sounded better than half. But who?
Someone who was close to the family, someone who knew the layout of the house.
The night she was taken, you'd been on a date together.
No, it wasn't a date. We just went for a drink in town, catch up. Look, I've known her since we were kids. We're like cousins. Brother and sister almost.
How'd she seem? Nothing worrying her she talked about?
No.
How were things at home?
Good, so far as I know. I've been away at college in America, and she's very wrapped up in her Amnox work. To be honest, you're better off talking to my mum. She saw far more of Verity than me these past few years.
How's that?
They both go to the friend's house in town.
Mrs. Maddox. Detective Constable Morse, City Police.
You should have waited outside.
Well, the sign says all are welcome.
All are welcome to worship.
It's not my first time in a meeting house, Mrs. Maddox. I know what is and isn't welcome. I was raised in Quakerism, so far as my father would allow. I wanted to ask you a few questions about the Richardsons. A happy family, would you say?
No more or less than any other. Leo makes money, Annette spends it. That seems enough.
What about Verity?
I'm very fond of Verity. She used to come to meetings a lot when she was younger. Since this last year, I think she's been once or twice. I suppose she has less time now with her work for Amnox.
She ever mention anything at home? Or boyfriend trouble?
She'd had a bad experience, I think. End of last year, about a month or two after she got back. A man. I mean, I assumed it was a man. Usually is at that age.
Your son seems fond of her. Verity, it's not a trick question, Mrs. Maddox.
It's about Leo, isn't it? If it's someone he's rubbed up the wrong way, or a disgruntled member of staff. Maybe just someone who knows he's got a bit of money. Wouldn't you think? When did you last come to a meeting?
Oh. Not since I was a boy. I was never much of a believer then. Even less now. I could have balked at it. Refused point blank to go. Kicked up a fuss.
Why didn't you?
So I didn't want to disappoint her. She'd had enough of that. So we go. The two of us. And sit. In silence. Sometimes the spirit would move her and she'd speak.
Minister, we call it.
Mostly it was silence. Still your mind. She'd say, that was the point. Still your mind. Never got the knack.
Volunteering?
No.
Oh, then might I trouble you for a donation? You're on a good cause.
Oh, I know, I'm a donor. Detective Constable Morse, City Police.
Guilty conscience?
Well, how's that?
Policemen donating to Amnox. Your lot are usually more at home breaking up our demos and arresting lawful protesters.
You should be safe today. My rubber truncheons at the menders.
What can I do for you?
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Verity Richardson, Miss...
Brooke. Marion Brooke, just Marion if you like. What sort of questions?
General. I understand she's quite involved with all this.
She volunteers here, yes. Look, I was just about to take my lunch. It'd be easy for us to talk off the premises.
She'd been abroad for Amnox last year.
To Rhodesia, as part of a fact-finding mission, and to help support the families of political prisoners, those unjustly accused of insurgency, sabotage, blowing up railway lines.
She'd been under some private doctor, I understand, for her nerves.
Oh, really? Well, I don't know about that. I mean, she was quite poorly when she got back from Africa. Some nasty she'd picked up out there. She was off work for a while, and I know that left her quite low.
Did she ever mention a Simon Hallward?
The only Simon I ever heard her mention was that chap who painted her picture. Portrait her family wanted done.
He seems an unlikely portraitist. His work seems to have been avant-garde in the main. Abstracts and so forth. Where did you find him?
Through Verity, I think.
But you met him?
He's very handsome. He had a great sense of fun.
Yes. His chief source of amusement of late was running an extortion campaign against your husband's business. Were you sleeping with him? You do that again, and we can add assault to the list of charges your family's going to face. What time did you get to the Maddox's party? Fashionably late. Time enough at least to stop for a gin and bitter lemon with Simon Hallward at the Turf.
My God, how many people in Oxford do you think like gin and bitter lemon?
Thousands, probably. But of the people I've met on this case, only one.
Get out of my house.
Don't speak, just listen. If you want to see your daughter alive again, you'll put £100,000 in used unmarked notes of small denomination into a dark hold all. Come to the phone box on Merton Street at 4 a.m. Come alone and on foot. If I see the police, the deal's off. The girl is dead.
How do I know you'll do as you say? How do I know she's even alive?
Daddy! No! Give it to me. No, please don't have that.
You're a businessman. Think of this as a business transaction. You're a businessman. Think of this as a You're a businessman. Think of this as a business transaction. If you follow my instructions, you'll...
He'll be down in a minute.
Mum says Peter's going abroad, getting married.
Looks that way.
Oh, well, they're the turn-up. What's she like, his fiancée?
I don't know. I haven't met her. I only found out myself this week.
God, of all the people, who'd have thought? Love, I suppose. Don't know until you meet the right one.
No, don't suppose.
Ready for the off then, Morse?
Yes, sir. Miss Thursday? The voice on the tape was exactly that. A recording of Hallwood. The kidnapper assumed it would be Mr. Richardson that he spoke to on the telephone, but at one point, Mrs. Richardson picks up the receiver and says...
No! Give it to me.
So? The kidnapper then says...
You're a businessman.
Odd, don't you think?
So far as he's aware, he's talking to Mrs. Richardson, so why would he say businessman?
Could have been a slip of the tongue.
It could, but when he gives instruction for the drop, you can hear a clock chime the 3/4.
You'll put £100,000 in used unmarked notes of small denomination into a dark hold all. Come to the phone box on Merton Street at 4 a.m. Come alone and on foot. If I see the police, the deal's off. The girl is dead.
How do I know you'll do as you say? How do I know she's even alive?
Daddy! No! Give it to me.
It stops.
Yes, when Mr. Richardson starts speaking.
You're a businessman. Think of this as a business transaction.
And starts again when the kidnapper starts talking.
I think I know which clock it is. Listen, it's the 3rd, the 6th, and the 10th note. The G is marginally flat. Can you hear it?
Not really. Trust me, it's the same clock.
Money? That's not what we're about.
Well, it's what somebody's about. We need to talk to everyone who lives here.
They're in the field.
Bring them in.
All right.
Hi.
Hello?
How you feeling?
It's been better.
Mum and Dad send their best.
I was so scared.
Of course you were. It's okay, you're safe now. They'll catch him, don't worry.
Anything from the commune?
A couple of them have been done for possession of marijuana. And this Aisha girl's real name is Thelma Ann Davis. I'm having her previous wired through.
And Gideon Finn?
Before he set up in the Jesus Wants Me for a Sunbeam business, he gave art lessons to the sons and daughters of the well-to-do.
Does he have a record?
Not as such, sir. But his name does come up as a victim of assault. Father of one of Finn's pupils, a 15-year-old girl, got it into his head that there was a bit more on the curriculum than perspective and the colour wheel.
Did Finn bring charges against the father?
No. So there must have been something in it, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. Oh. Thanks.
How was she?
All right, I think. Quite a few visitors this afternoon. I've got a list. Mike Maddox came by and a pal of hers from Amnox, Marion Brooke. By the way, your tea's made. You were right.
I was?
The only reason you didn't have any success in the yard is because it's outside.
The vapour's dispersed.
In Howard's flat, it would have built up, filled the room. As the liquid boiled away, the exposed element would have become white hot and, well...
Boom.
Quite.
Well done. Hello. Does Cuthbert McCumber volunteer here?
He does. When he can, but today's not one of his days, I'm afraid. What did you want to speak to him about?
Did you take a get well soon card from him to Verity Richardson?
There's no law against that, is there?
No. Who's Daziva?
Why'd you ask? You mean Ziva Guru, Chthonic goddess, the great creatrix of the Shona people. Stands for life, fertility, but woe betide anyone that crosses her.
How's that?
She has a bit of a temper. Goddess of the night, too. Of course, to we Catholics, that's just superstition.
So why would Cuthbert McCumber address Verity Richardson as Daziva?
Miss Richardson came to my country last year with a delegation from Amnox. My brother is a political prisoner in Salisbury. Amnox supported his family with money and organizing legal representation.
You were friends then?
We were.
I wonder then why of all the get well soon cards she received, yours was the only one that she tore up and put in the waste paper basket. I also wonder why you addressed her as Daziva, goddess. In this country, that's a term of endearment usually reserved for more than friends.
What is there to say?
The truth.
So you put pressure on her?
Well, what were we meant to do?
Support her?
Oh, it's easy for you to say. What if it was your daughter? We were thinking of her future. A good name, a reputation.
The only good name you were thinking of was that of Richardson.
We did the right thing.
For whom?
She was 19. We are still her parents.
What chance do you think she'd have had of a decent husband with some Marxist bastard hanging around
Oh,
her
it
neck?
was his politics that you disapproved
We
of.
did nothing wrong.
I'm not concerned with ethics, Mrs. Richardson, morals. The law's my business and procuring an abortion is illegal.
Not if the patient's mental state is at risk.
I suppose that's where Dr. Amther comes in. For the right money, he signs an affidavit to the effect that she's likely to do herself harm and no one can touch her. Health Farm, was it? This isn't the end of it. I promise you.
I really was thinking of Verity. I could have been something more. But you meet someone. The wedding dress becomes the christening gown, and before you know where you are, it's 20 years. You wonder if those bright summer mornings ever happened at all. I didn't want that for my daughter.
But it wasn't your choice to make.
Ben! Ben! Oh! Ben! Ben! Are you all right? Where's my baby? Where's my baby, Ben?
Smells good. So do you.
Not now, kid. I'm not in the mood.
You never are anymore.
Whose fault's that?
Christ. What have you done? What have you done?
Could we have the screen across, Miss Hicks?
Of course. Good afternoon, Inspector. Not more questions. I'm not sure there's much more I can
I
tell
think
you.
there is, Miss.
I've spoken to Cuthbert Macumber.
You know why we're asking, Miss Richardson. We've also spoken to your parents. It'll go better for you if you just tell us the truth now.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
You spent some time last year in Rhodesia, working for Amnox. While you were there, you got involved with Cuthbert. By the time you came back to England, you were carrying his child.
Your parents weren't too pleased about it, Sam. They made arrangements.
Richardson, would you like to come with me, please?
The food tampering, the extortion, all the rest of it. That was your way of getting back at them, of hurting them as badly as they'd hurt you.
No idea.
We know you couldn't do it all by yourself.
The voice on the telephone making the ransom demand. I think if we were to play that to Simon Hallwood's parents, they'd identify it as him.
But there was a third. Hallwood was dead by the time you faked your kidnapping. So, who helped you?
Who's Tad, Verity?
An American boy I met in Rhodesia.
Really? Sure it's not Thelma Ann Davis, T.A.D.?
Verity, you don't have to say anything. My daughter is in no fit state to be questioned. If you wish to do so, you'll do so formally and in the presence
If you want to
of my
hurt
lawyer.
them, now's the time.
Listen to them, Verity.
What do you want to know?
Darling.
No. You don't call me that.
Please think of your father.
When did he ever think of me? When did either of you think of me? Richardsons. For all the family. I'll answer your questions. Not with these people here.
You stupid girl.
Please, Gideon, please. I think
It's not a puppy. It's a child. Someone else's child. God help me.
you're mean. You don't love me.
Love you? You're a maniac. You take it back today, or I will.
So who was her accomplice?
Thelma Ann Davis, sir. Her previous just came through. She was sent to an approved school aged 11 for arson. She burnt down a sports hall.
These days she calls herself Aisha, one of Gideon Finn's disciples up at House Beautiful.
I think that's how she got to know Hallwood.
I think maybe the original idea was to hurt the Richardsons through extortion. But once Leo Richardson refused to pay, they struck on the notion of faking a kidnap.
Then why did they kill Hallwood?
Because he went too far. With Leo Richardson dragging his heels about paying up, Hallwood got impatient and decided to up the stakes.
From his notebooks, it's clear Hallwood increased the arsenic dose in the bloater paste, sadly for Miss Figgis, with fatal consequences.
The glass in the baby food was a step too far. I don't think Verity and Aisha had intended anyone to come to any serious harm, certainly not women or children. He'd crossed the line and had to go. He'd already recorded the ransom demand, so they had no further use for him. We stood no chance of ever identifying the voice on the tape because Hallwood was already dead.
But how did Verity even meet this Aisha girl?
They were at the same abortion clinic at the same time, sir.
It would have meant prison for Gideon Finn.
Finn?
He was the father, according to Verity. I don't doubt they would have said that Aisha was 16, but she was actually 15 when she fell pregnant by him.
What about this chalk wire? Verity Richardson would have been killed in that explosion.
She was never in any danger, sir. It was all for show. The explosion was detonated from a safe distance by her accomplice when she'd seen that Verity was clear.
Hey, Tactball. Who's upset you? I'm afraid the jig's up.
They'll be coming.
We give thanks to the earth, mother of all, for her fine, fair bounty. We give thanks for the barley and the sweet vegetables raised by the sweat of our labor from this good earth. we give thanks for our fellowship in the company of honest hearts. And today, we give a special thanks to Sister Aisha for the meal she has so thoughtfully prepared and set before us so lovingly.
My God, don't ever get sick of the sound of your voice.
Ready? Don't let me go alone.
No, I can't, Apple. I can't. I thought I was brave enough, but I'm not.
I need you.
Sister?
You think this is heaven? This is hell.
Come around, Davis. Verity Richardson.
What is it? What's she taking?
About 50 Librium. The arsenic was meant for me.
Fetch an ambulance.
Thelma.
There was nothing they could do.
This was meant to be a refuge. Place of kindness. It was a dream. My dream.
Less out of you, the better. Your dream, you exploited a vulnerable young girl. If I had my way, you'd answer for it.
Sir.
She was ill-used.
We were going to found an orphanage in Africa. Use some money for something good.
So One-Eyed Jakes will no longer be a lone ranger. He's reached his high noon and found his darling Clementine. So the way I look at it, we're not so much losing a detective sergeant as gaining a cowboy.
Oh, excellent.
A happy couple.
Happy couple.
Now, I believe Mr. Bright has something to say to you too.
In light of your late exploits at the chalk tunnels, I have made a recommendation for the Queen's Police Medal. And I'm assured that the request will be looked upon favourably. So very well done, very well deserved. Congratulations. Very, very well done. Thank you, sir.
Morse, are you not coming in? Work. Right. Well, I suppose.
Your other half. I'm sorry, I don't know her name.
Hope.
Make a go of it.
I mean to.
Step two, matey. Fire's getting cold.
Any sign of Gideon Finn or his disciples?
Not a soul.
Cleared out.
It looks that way.
What'll they do you think? Back to the 9 to 5.
The world was all before them, where to choose their place of rest, and Providence their guide. They hand in hand, with wandering steps and slow, through Eden took their solitary way.
You're missing.
He kept me on my toes. No, I'm glad. Any man finds a measure of happiness. It's got to be a good thing. The start he had. If anyone deserved it.
Hmm.